Hello, everyone. Whoever gets here later in the day when they go watch the stream afterwards. Looks like it's all started fine. I was just thinking in the corner of the screen here, it's Clausius is live. That's not the thing I was really noticing. Was it was more the 16 out of 1,000 games before Congress. We should come up with some goals before Congress as well. I think that's probably a good idea. What you think about it? Is he 1,000 games? I don't know. Let me get the calculator out. He's going to European Go Congress. When I clicked on that, there was a advertisement for European Go Congress, not just regular Go Congress. So not just a U.S. Go. So I think that's after, but ours starts in July-ish, right? Somewhere around there. So if we have like this many, and then so 1,000 divided by that number, it's only actually like a, wait a minute, that doesn't do it right. Wait a minute, do that again. Do that. 180. There we go. It's like 5 games a day or so. Not a perfect exact number, but about 5.5 games a day. I think that's a little too much overall, because I feel like games not the most like not the only important thing, right? It's like my goal is to complete as much of Tsumego Hero before Go Congress as I can. And right now, let's see if it still says 50%. Still says 50%. We're good to go. I'm thinking that because the problems are getting harder and we have fewer easier sets to do, that it would be nice to maybe get to 75, 80%. But I think more so what my actual goal is, and yeah, this is because of this thing here. I kind of want to talk about it just for fun. I think my actual goal, of course, I want to do Life and Death Advanced. I want to get through that. And then, but the thing that I probably want to be able to do comfortably before Go Congress is the Gokyo Shumyo. I want to get through all of this and try to get a good score on it before Go Congress. That's sort of my actual goal right now. So I wonder if I should have a game goal as well. I like the idea of that game goal. Maybe books and other things. We'll have to think about that, because that could be fun. That could be fun. I think one of the things I want as my goal is close that, is to get that little study group put together for people who are going to Go Congress or just wanting to study in general that are under 1 Dan. I guess I don't mind if stronger players did end up joining, but the idea was to get like my students and maybe like Brandon's students and like a couple other people, like those types of people coming in and working together and doing stuff. I think that'd be fun. So I'm gonna hide this announcement now. See if it pops up again a little bit later. He is finally live. And he's playing on his own thing that opens it up on OGS. That's cool. Okay. Maybe I'll be able to get a game with him today when I'm looking for a game. 2.7 Dan. I think he's probably around 2 Dan, right? He should be like 1 Dan, 2 Dan. Yeah, 2 Dan. There we go. So maybe I'll be able to get a game with him. Oh, this is the account he's using, it looks like. He's not using this one. He's using a different one. Oh, never mind. Oh. Well, whatever one he's using. Maybe he made a new one. I would never do that, so. Anyway. We still on Tsumego Dictionary number 2 that I'm working through. Yes, we're still finishing this up for the second time. This one was the easier ones. I think one of the next ones was either 3 or 4 that had some more annoying problems versus easier problems. So that's one reason why I wanted to redo this one, because I didn't like it the first time I went through it. I much preferred the other collections. So I'm seeing if I really don't like it or if there's some other reason. Is this just the answer right here? Where's the ko they're trying to say you can't do right now? Maybe we just do this one. Okay. Not sure where the ko is, but I wasn't going to look for it. I didn't need to. No ko. So here's a ko. Kind of. This isn't even a ko either. Because they can't Atari, right? But at least they're saying it with everything. So if we do this one, they turn this way. It's no good. We have to take the I. It's the most important part. Throw in is usually good. Atari. I'm going to do some easy problems and see if I can get a game, and then go back and do some more difficult problems, and then maybe I'll get another game. Who knows? We'll see what happens. I just kind of feel like playing at least one game on KGS or OGS or something. Push, we can't do anything. This one, is that capture, connect. It should be okay if we do it this way. Anything else to worry about here? And that should be okay. This one, they can jump all the way down, right? So we have to do this way. We just connect. No ko. Throw in Atari. Double threat. So I should be doing this thing here, right? When I'm over here doing this one. My goal isn't necessarily to do it as quickly as possible, but that's part of the goal. But I might as well get the extra experience while I'm doing it. Just throw in and throw in. It's a weird shape, so I had to look at that for a second. Oh, yeah, this way. We want to throw in probably. We have 2 liberties, but throw in. If they take this one, we just Atari. We're good. So yeah. Prevent the bulky 5 shape. Extend down. Yeah, just extend down. I have to connect on the correct side here. Connect on the wrong side and we lose. They get an extra eye. They do owe a move eventually, so this does work. No ko in this case is no connecting underneath. Yeah, we can do this one, which is a nice one. Shorter liberties. This should be fine too. Let's go this way. Tried to trick me. I saw what they were doing. Oh, this one's a more complicated one. I'll take my time even though I have this on here. Let's make sure. I think I can just do this one to live. Okay. Made me second guess myself. I think I have a lot of things I want to do before Go Congress. Not just Go related, but health and whatnot related to would be nice to work on. Does this actually just work? No, I didn't mean to click there. There we go. I meant to click here. I slipped. Oh well. This way. This way. I think this is something that's for a new player. I think that is kind of hard to see, like 10Q, because it almost looks like you're taking away your liberty, right? Golden problem. Let's see if we win our game today. This is the golden problem will tell us. Well, 4Q problem. Uh-oh. White to live. If we play C19, they just capture with B18, and we already have the other eye taken away. So even if we do that snap back, they can capture on the other side. So we probably have to connect underneath here like this one, or connect this way. If they capture, we block. If they go under, we connect. I should be fine. Yeah. So maybe we'll win. I'm sure that's what the golden tsumego means. Like, pretty sure. Let's see who's on the high score right now. It's fun to just look at. I don't know why. One of those things. Well, Ivan didn't do that many problems today. I mean, didn't do that many high experience problems today. That's different. High experience versus normal. Tortoise. It's not tortoise, but tortoise. Interesting. Okay. Tortoise. Good job, Dark Jackal. Got some problems going on there. Maybe last night or this morning. I don't know. Anyway, it's good enough. All right. So let's look at the play area. I don't really want a 20-minute game, but we'll try. We'll just try this and see. We'll let it sit for about a minute, and then if not, we'll go over to KGS. Sitting for a minute is no fun, though, so hopefully it's faster than that. We don't want a 20-minute game. That's way too long right now. This is warm-up time. It's not very serious, let's try to win every game time. We're just playing for fun. I said it's something we need to work on a little bit more with Go. We need to play more for fun. A lot of people are very serious with it. I think even casual players of Go are kind of serious for Go instead of actually casual. Like, I don't know, like a casual game for me is not something I really study. I don't study casual games. I just play them when I feel like it, and we move on from there. Yeah, it's a little sad. Look at custom games here. Goosed. 6 Dawn. What's that? Oh, unusual time setting. Okay. Let's look at KGS real quick. So there's people. If you don't finish your games at KGS, admin will find you. That's funny. And then if we can't get games with auto match, then we know that auto match is no longer good for sure. It wasn't just that one day. It is every day. We'll have to do custom games. Custom games are fine. You just have to wait for them to anyway. And like, I don't want like a 30-minute game, right? You know. I forgot about the Tilda players. You got to go play a weaker player. Yeah. US Go player. I think the name's kind of fun. Oh yeah, Z-Chen was doing something earlier. We can go look at that. Medium is too long. Blitz, I guess, is okay. It's very fast. We'll look at Z-Chen. What did he do? Oh yeah, he played a Played a Fordon for some reason. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if they're just for fun. If it was a Blitz game. I didn't notice if he was streaming, so I'm guessing this was either a student or just like a random Blitz game for fun or some other weird thing. Hmm. Only a couple moves, and I already feel a little bit like White ended up with a good result somehow. It's not perfect, but I kind of already like the result White got. There's still more stuff that needs to be done on the board. Black's still winning, but how'd they go wrong here? Oh yeah, just capture the stone. If you're gonna jump this way, just capture it instead, and then I think it's always safer to do like a two space here when they can't jump in and try to do anything. But the other option is just to back off, right? Can I click? No, I have to do something else. I have to clone the game or something like that, or view offline or something. Yeah, view offline. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, if you just back off, and then they go back here. Well, now when you jump up, you don't have to worry about any more of your other groups. You just have to worry about the one group that you have right here, and that's it. So if Zichin wants to go over the top here, try to do something, maybe this could be the idea. You could still go back over here to try to capture this stone. Even kick first. Be really annoying. You don't have to continue on with that. You can just move on to something else. But he wanted to beat Zichin in a fight. Gave him the opportunity to figure something out, even if it's good, bad, doesn't matter. He was able to figure something out. And it kind of looks like there's a good position. Yeah, see, because this has a shortage of liberties all over the place. And these stones aren't important yet, right? Because Black can still connect, so Zichin's going to be able to fight and do stuff. We ended up winning anyway. Black is dead on the left side, so I'm guessing Zichin ended up winning. Looks kind of like it. Looks almost like an even game. Instead of a... yeah, when the end result of any handicap game almost looks like it's an even game instead. Not counting wise, but like it looks like a normal game that you would have seen instead of someone who had an overwhelming advantage, then someone did something wrong, right? But the best thing to look at, do we not have it over here? Oh, score estimate. Best thing to look at is score estimate. Look at this. It's not perfect, but it's KGS, and that's all that matters. No need to save. Just get out of here. All right, let's look at... let's go back to this, I guess, for now. We can finish off this intermediate one. Yeah, there's just 20 problems left, so I should probably do them. If I can. Might be too hard, who knows. So there's no eye on this side, so we don't need to worry about that. We just need to worry about this one. And if we do this one, they Hane, we can just Atari, and then block here. We have an eye on the inside of their area. They will have to eventually take it. If they play something else, we can just connect underneath. If they block down here, we can probably just A18 directly. Yeah, I like that. Is there another way? I think that's it, right? And you can block this way probably too, because you can still get that. You want the eye. Yeah. I think the way I played is a little bit simpler than this one. When you do this one, there's kind of nothing else they can do. Yeah, you can play from the outside too, but just bulky 5, they're dead. One of these. Okay. we don't want to allow them to capture C18, or at least threaten to capture that. We want them to not. If we Hane and they block, we Atari capture. That feels good, actually. That feels good. So I don't think they can block if we Hane. Maybe jump instead. But I feel like that ends up being the same thing. Because trying to connect back, it looks like there's throw-ins and blocks, which allow Ataris and stuff. So we have to be careful with that. Maybe that doesn't work. Maybe we can just pull back. Oh no, we can't just pull back because they can do the other move. All right. So it feels like we have to Hane here. We have to capture. Yeah. Well, the other thing I was reading was okay, pullback might have worked. Okay, good. I thought it might work. Because it looks like we could Hane here, but I was worried a little bit that they could try something else. I guess they can't try anything else here right now. Yeah. But that's where the most weakness was in the shape. So I figured if I did this one and captured the stone, this is like the easiest for sure way to be 100% dead. Whereas the other way, I thought it could be dead, but there was a possibility I read it wrong. But this is where they, where it's nice to see multiple variations of these types of problems. So let's see if we see another one next here. Yeah, there's a jump here now. Okay. So there's a little variation. I thought with the jump, it was not too different. I think we could still capture the stone. Can we still capture? Capture. Is it better to try anything else? Is the other question I have. I think we still just have to go and capture it. And we just have to figure out this part. I guess we can just connect on the inside at S2. Anything else, I think, adds a little bit of a weakness. So we have the eye on the inside. And while they're taking those 2 points, we are taking the outside. So we do this one, they do that one. Maybe we just take from first anyway. Yeah. Just take from the outside first anyway. No reason to play the one on the inside. Sometimes it is good to play it. That's why I wanted to check. But I thought that it was probably still fine to just take the outside. But always good to double check that. So this one's a little bit different. There's at least a ko if we try to do it the other way. Ko could still be fine. So this is where the back off one can't work anymore because they've already done this Hane. So when we back off, they block. They can throw in and block here. We can't Hane here to prevent, like to give them a shortage of liberties. So now this move does not work anymore. So the other option is to do a throw in here first. So if we do throw in here and they block over here, we can go down. If they connect, we connect. We can't really connect on this side, huh? So we have to take this. If they block, then they Atari here, then we go back. If they do this one, then we can go down. But then they can play this. No, we can just Hane, I guess. Hane is fine. Because there's no Ko over here. So Hane is fine here. And then could end up as a Seki, though, depending on how it looks. Because it'd be one Liberty here, one Liberty here. So it's possible Ko is the answer. Oh. Yeah, so throw in block, connect. If they do this one, it's dead. If they block here instead, Hane, capture, throw in. They block here, connect, and then yeah, they have this Liberty and this Liberty. So that should be a Seki instead. So I feel like that we probably still have to Hane here. We probably still have to do something over here. We can just take liberties. All right. It was good to verify everything before just clicking through the answer. Even though I thought this was probably still the answer, it was still good to verify everything. So dropping down, I guess that is one of the options. Okay. Hane seems like the most common move. We Hane, they Atari. In Connect, we kind of need to Hane. And they can Atari us from the other side and then get rid of this, right? So Hane seems bad. Atari, Connect. We'd have to Connect here instead, but then they turn, so that's no good. So yeah, extending is going to be the right answer here. But maybe not, because they can still do this one. If we play in the corner directly, because like we can't let them cut here too easily. So can we give it up instead? Give it up seems like a good enough answer too. If we try to save it, it looks like we're heading into a little bit of trouble. Because that cutting point is a little bit annoying. So it feels like maybe we should play it S2. If they Hane on this side, we can block and it's just alive. So we're good to go here. If they Atari us from underneath here, we don't connect. That could be a Ko. We just take T2. And then they have to connect or we live. So they capture. Or capture, I guess, not connect. It's the same thing. Same goal. And then we can block here. If they Hane and connect, we still have this move to make 2 eyes. If they throw in, we have plenty in a row. So I think we need to give it up. Okay, got it right. It's good to be sure. Ooh, interesting. Which one's the better idea first? If we go to A18, they do have to prevent us from connecting underneath. That is true. But do we want C18 more? If we play C18, they can't Hane anyway, so they have to connect. We'd still go to A18, but we're not threatening to connect underneath anymore. So what I kind of want to do is I kind of want to back off here. They have to respond in some way. Of course, if they play A17, then we can play C18. They have to connect, and then we can just simply Hane and connect, and they're a dead group. So if they connect instead because they can't play c18. That's just dead. I connect underneath. So they have to play c17. I can just Hane and connect, and I think they're still dead. I mean, I can Hane this side first if I need to get rid of that Liberty first, but I think this just works. Yeah. I guess I should check, actually, if the order of moves did matter there. I'm not sure if it did, but I guess I should check. Okay, it doesn't really matter. Okay. Many different options. All right. Okay. Now we'll go back to the next one. White to kill. Oh, he's involved in 1 problems. Maybe I will go back up to 4 after this. Get enough experience from it. All right, let's see. I sadly can't just push and cut. That's the first thing you should actually look at. A lot of these sort of shapes in the corner, you can just push and cut. Black can often can't play from this side. And so if they have this Liberty gone, they can't play from this side either. But in this case, they have enough liberties, so we don't need to look at that one. Or maybe we can still look at that one. Because if we push, cut, they Atari us this way, and then they... They Atari us this way, they connect, we turn, they're dead. So they have to push first. We block, they block, we throw in. So actually the push and cut might still work here. But if they Atari from the other direction... Oh, no, that should work for them. If they Atari from this direction, right? So they push, cut, Atari down, then Atari from behind. Even if we turn here, they can block at Q1. Okay. So we probably want to prevent that variation from being able to happen. That seems like the goal. That seems like a good goal. So if we do it like attach right away, right? It's push, cut, right? So let's start with the cutting move. If they just connect, then we turn, because it's like an L shape. They just connect and we turn. Then they need another move. So they Hane underneath. We do kind of need to respond, and then they can live because they have this Hane. So what if we just turn directly? If they play this S1 move, then we Hane and they're alive, right? If we play T2, they play this one. So there's at least a ko here, because we can play here into a ko. Is that good enough? And if they play T2 instead of S1, we can play S1, and then they're just dead. So they can't do that. I don't know if blocking is good enough, but I kind of like it. But if we play one of these ones instead, one of these two. Because what we really want is push, cut, and push down. So if we play here instead, if they block, we can push in and then turn. I don't know. What if I push first and then do this one? If they play here, we just throw in. They push, do this one, then we do this one. So do I even have to... I think I can push and then play here, potentially. Let's try. Yay. See how many options there were. I think it'll be good to check how many options were available here. Because it looked like there were some potential other ways, but I think one of them was a ko, which is so it wouldn't be correct if you can just kill. Yeah, so let's see. Push, throw in. Okay, that's just the only move. All right. And of course, you can throw in on either side, but usually you don't want to throw in. You'd rather turn if you can still turn. Unless, of course, you don't have this stone here at S7, because they can escape afterwards, after they connect here, so then you can throw in here first. If you need to do it that way. Depends on the board. All right, cool. I really want to play C18 right now. The middle of 3. If they block me at D18, we can play D17. And we're threatening to capture these stones, so they can't Atari us. Is there a different move they can play? D17, I guess? So can we play D17 instead? If they block, we Atari, of course. If they pull back at D18, then we can do the wedge. So they'd have to play C18. Then we Atari. If they connect, we connect. If they connect, then they're alive. Okay. I guess they're alive no matter what if they get this connection, right? So I think we do want this one. So the only thing we have to worry about is if they play D17, which I think we can just connect underneath. So we're good. Yeah, they couldn't do it this way either. I didn't say that one. Not enough liberties. All right, we can check again and see what they're looking like on OGS and stuff. Ugh. After this problem, looks like we can just capture this stone. If they play here, we go up. They play down, we go in. They capture, we honey. They play this empty triangle. We go this way to get rid of the eye. They connect, we connect. Yeah, that's what I thought. It is what I thought. So we're good to go. Refresh. Still no one looking. Goose and Piggy Cat. Some interesting names here. Goose and Piggy Cat. And lots of people looking over here as well. 5x3, 5x530. In Canadian, ugh. Don't ever want that one. Nice. Still like that. If you don't finish your games, the KGS admin will find you. Just a 2 Dawn available, huh? Have I played that guy? I've played him on a different account. I just don't know if I played on this one. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. Oh, Zeechin. I don't want to play Zeechin. I would never. I don't really ever want to play Zeechin. I have to be honest. Maybe in a real tournament I'll play him if we're paired up together. But the style of play is just too much for me. Too much for my little brain to handle. Literally. Oh man, I'm not sure I'll ever be able to play someone that's so extreme like that. Let's keep going here. I mean, I guess that's one of my goals. Maybe that's my goal before Go Congress, being able to play players who are very extreme like that. Interesting. If we do this one, they can wedge, right? Atari, we're no good. Even if we Atari from the other side, Atari down. Oh, that looks good. That looks good. We can Atari from the other side and Atari down. So then, if we block this way, they Atari, we connect. They go down, we can Atari. And then we can Atari from the left. So they actually cannot wedge here because we can Atari from this side. If they go underneath, we capture. They continue going underneath, we capture again. So we're good. So does this one just work since they don't have this move already? So can they throw in here is the question. Because that was sort of what was in the other problem, right? So we do this one. They throw in. We capture. Then they do that. Atari. And then we can no longer do it. So does the throw in just work? That would be a ko. This ko is fine as long as it works, right? So C18. They just Atari. We had played D18 anyway. They capture, we connect, they hane, and then we have only 3 in a row. So is it just going to be a ko then? Because the other way it looked like it was just dead no matter what. So the connection at B17 could be the problem, and it would just be a ko. So let's try. Let's try. That's what I'm thinking here. Should I do it this way or can I do it a different way? Can I do it this way actually? Well, he goes in. We're good. So he captures. We capture. I think it's still a ko shape. So it's better just to do it this way? No, not better to do it that way. So we can't connect. Oh, no, we can connect maybe. Oh, wait. I think I'm just being stupid. I think we can just connect. We can't capture. We can connect. But if they connect here, then we can connect. Yeah. Yeah, I was being stupid because I was comparing it to the other problem. I was comparing it to this problem. One of these problems. Yeah, I was comparing it to this one. But I've misremembered the problem. For some reason, I thought there was a connection here, but that's the next problem. And that one was easier to solve. Yeah, because you just capture the stone. But no, it was if you capture here at A19, then it becomes that squeeze. Okay. It's good to remember. It's important to actually compare them, but you have to remember what they actually look like. Otherwise, it doesn't work. So we got to be careful with that. I really want this move right away. Not even thinking. I just want this move. If they hane, that doesn't... Oh, we can just connect underneath, I guess. So I do have to answer. And then we can go down. And we're good. Yeah, so this one, they capture. We go down here. They block. We can just go down and take a liberty. Yeah. We're almost done with this whole collection. We're getting there. So like when I'm able to think, the problems are way easier. I just got to point that out. It's a very small detail, but it seems important. I really want this one, but can I get this one first? Oh, then they turn here. That'd be really annoying. I actually don't want that turn there. I think I need to take the make this into kind of a false eye on the inside first, and then worry about this sort of stuff. Like we block here. Yeah. We have to do this way. This one. This one. See, I looked at that move, but I didn't actually read that move yet. So that was my bad. I should have taken another second to read that move. So I feel like we have to sort of capture. And then there is a ko here now. So maybe that's why it's not good. Yeah, it's because we could just do this one first and connect underneath. You could even do this one first to connect underneath. I thought we had to do this one first, though. So this one first. They block like this. We cut, or we falsify. And then as long as we have this eye, we're good. Doesn't matter which one of these we do. This one has a throw in. This one does not have a throw in. I feel like this one first, then this one. Yeah, that was my bad. Should have taken one more second to think about it, because that is actually not that difficult. But should have done one more second. This just looks like a move that works. It's 8Q problem, so it may just be the move that works. Because there's no way for them to take liberties. Yeah. Can't do that. I capture you. Connecting underneath feels really good. The problem comes from them playing a move like S2, huh? So if we do this one, they play S1, we can play S2. They play S2, we can play S1, I think. So they have to do something different. If they play R, yeah, no, I think we just play S1 because of that. So we can do this one first to make sure there's nothing. Because if we play here first, and then they connect, then we play R2, we have two eyes on the inside. So they would have to prevent that no matter what. So, yeah. So we don't have to connect if we have two eyes, obviously, right? Then we can connect up. That way, if there was anything complicated there, we don't have to worry about it. It looks like if we connect first, there is this one. If we Atari here, they're forcing a ko shape. And yeah, we'll have to connect, then yeah, ko shape. So get rid of all complications, make it simple. That's how I like to do things. Huh. I guess I can't actually do that. What I really wanted to do right away was this Atari, but if they capture, it's actually just a ko shape. So extend, they Atari me from this way. I guess it's not a, no, it is a ko shape because they capture this, right? They Atari me from this way, go down. They Atari me again, I capture, I have two eyes, so I have to Atari from this way and I connect. They go underneath maybe, I capture. Then they go under again. But then I just connect. This is a dead shape, so I think I can just do this way. Yeah, this is the Rabbit E6. And they have to play one more move as well if they don't want me just to be alive in there. Oh, jump looks like a better move compared to that inside Atari. So if we just connect... Oh, this one's also different too. No, it's not different. Never mind. It was the same. We connect. They hane. So we can push. So do we want to push first? So they can't play this one to try to make it a thing here. So we push here. They have to block this way. Otherwise it'd be the same as the other one. Then we connect. Then if they connect, we can hane. they block, then we can do the B19. So then push, connect, Hane, B19. We're very close. Yeah, I think I like the... I remember liking the Life and Death intermediate and elementary ones, or I used to not be able to do this one at all, so I've definitely gotten better since I did this a couple years ago. Since I tried, I guess I should say tried to do it a couple years ago. This one actually looks a little bit more annoying than the other ones. So if we capture, I think it's gonna be the same, but if we capture the Atari, we capture, then they can make an eye over here, right? Or they can even do this way. So it's like we want to push through. If they do that one, we push again. Then we can do this one. So if they block, now we can take one. If they go down, we have to play here to try to make a dead shape. If they turn, then we can play the block. Actually, I think that works. Okay. So push first. If they connect, we push. They block, we can cut. They go down. We go down. And we can turn. So that looks good. Yeah, there we go. I wanted to look at the other one. The other one I think is more interesting. Connect. Cut. They can technically capture us from this side. If they do that, though, we Hane. So the more interesting one is to do something over here, but we can still Hane. So we have to do something like this one. And I think we can potentially just Hane. Like that. So we're good. That one looked more fun. That direction. So my real question is, would I be able to solve these if I just found them in the wild? I'm not 100% certain. I think I would be able to, but I'd probably have to think more because I wouldn't be able to compare them to other problems. T4. So yeah, if we T4 and they play at S3, then we can throw in at Q3. If they block, we connect. They connect, we block, right? They connect, we push. Or we can Hane, I guess. Hane is good enough. So if they do something over here, we can play S3. So I think we connect once, then throw in. And then we can connect all the way. Yeah, I said if we compare it to the other shape, the idea was if they block, it becomes one of these other shapes that's already dead. We've already looked at it. See if the next ones are the same? Same. I feel like I want to Hane first for some reason. I don't know why. I don't think it matters too much. If I just go here and they connect and I connect, they do this one, I would want to go up. It looks like they're just dead over there. If they connect and I connect underneath. I think I can just capture this. It's sort of reducing it to a very small eye. I don't think I need to Hane first, but I could if I need to reduce it. I think I can do this one first. I can go up. Yeah, just like a bulky 5 here in the corner. Probably the most important thing to be able to recognize in any problem is when you can just reduce it to a specific dead group, right? The 4, the 5, the 6, the 3 in a row, that sort of stuff, right? Very, very important. And this one here. Ooh, okay. I think I think Black's having a little bit of a hard time living here, but if we capture right away, we have to capture from D19. If they jump here, we can throw in here, and then we throw in here, and then we capture again. So I think we capture this way, If they just extend, we block. So we're good. And then if they jump now, we just push from this side and make the other eye. So they have to do that one. Then we capture. And then we don't want to do this one first. We want to throw in here first. Then we can throw in here. And then we can capture again. So it's not a ko, it's a double ko, which is just a live. So that one's a fun one. I think the double ko ones are always kind of fun. So my accuracy on this one's probably pretty low because I messed up a lot earlier on. No, 65. It's not as bad as I thought. I thought it was going to be like 50. So I will have to do it again. But by the time I got to the end, I was solving them much better. So when I reset this one later, we'll be able to just go through and get a higher score. My goal is we're getting up to 80 to 90% at a minimum. But 90% is or more is what I want. But 80% is good enough to move on. So I'll come back and do this one again. If we look at, like I have 1,000 way Qi problems and stuff to do. There's only just two more. There's two more of these. Refresh. Oh yeah, there's two more of these I have to do. And there's only 60 problems in one of them. So 260 problems left. Okay. Should be good. Look, I've done two of these ones apparently. Oh, yeah, I know this one. Okay. Accuracy 100% because I solved two problems. I didn't solve this one, so accuracy 86%. I don't actually know how that works. Should be 0, right? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I solved one, then I attempted, I don't know. That's fine. No, I think I attempted a multiple. That's what the blue was. I solved a multiple. Anyway. Let's see what's going on over here. Stepanovich. Okay, so before I did my intermediate ones, I got up to 26, and I think this will be not so much higher because I know that some of the ones I did earlier were already completed and not just blue. Blue means you can get experience again. The already completed ones you can't get experience again. So I think it won't go up too much more, but maybe like 10 more problems, and we'll see if we go up higher just for fun. Might as well look for a game. On Go for Go. Oh, Han Woo Jin, Park Jong Hoon. Oh, it could be fun to go look at a Korean game again. It's been a while. The Korean League. So we could just look at this one. I don't really want to look at Shenzhen though, because it's just gonna be like obviously someone won. Obviously, this is like a really complicated game. I don't want to deal with it, especially look at that Joseki in the corner there. I know what that is. That's a very annoying Joseki. I don't want to play with that. But anyway, let's scroll down, see the ranks. That's what I'm looking at mainly. And if I'm trying to recognize people as well. Like I don't know these two at all. This could be fun. And there we go. There's the one I did yesterday. So this one or the one at the top, the cream one at the top. Let's do this one just for fun. Still, only a blitz game right now, of course. That's what everyone's favorite game is. Forward on, yep. Let's see, is Clausius still playing? I don't know what account they're using, but we'll see if we can recognize the name. Nope. We have to go to like Twitch to find out what his name is. Where am I? There I am. Let's go find out what his name is. Doesn't really matter, but he's trying to get a bunch of games in, right? He's Congress 25? Yeah, it looks like it. Congress 25. Let's look at that game for fun. We'll have our other game loading while we do that. Let me make sure it's downloaded properly. Download. And we'll open up Qigao here. Quatrain. If he's doing the 1,000 games thing, he probably shouldn't do it on just that one account. Hopefully he's doing it on multiple accounts here. Like a Go Congress account on Fox, for example, where you can get 100 games in an hour very quickly. Let's close this one before we see anything. Go to top moves, and then we'll look at Clausius's game for fun. So, Congress 25 is what we're looking for. Let's see if I can figure out where I'm at. There we go. I'm figuring out where I'm at. Congress 25. I can just type in his name, but I'm going to look first. Should be in the front area. So it's a 3Q versus 1 Dawn. There you are. Let's see how the beginning of this game went. So white is Clausius. Black here is 3Q. I guess let's see if he has 16 games on this account specifically. Looks like he might have just 16 games on this account. This would be the 17th game, so yeah. Hopefully he's not trying to do it all on OGS if he wants to get ready for Congress. But it's fine. We'll see what happens. Let's go back a little bit. All right. See how good his opponent is. So I know Brandon really likes this. And I think this is perfectly fine. I think it's better for black if they approach low here. Because if white backs off and we do this one, this is a slightly better formation in my opinion. I like it more. Because when you do the high one here, white's getting potentially just too many points if we're going to be doing something like this. So I think white gets, like if we just count it, just to show you in general, it's like at least 9 points here. So we can call it 10 because there's still a little bit of space. So we can say 10 points on each side. So we need to fill up 10 squares, right? And then the Hanes and connects, we can't really be sure here. But if we just fill in 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on one side, and then we need 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if black gets all of the points on the left side, then it's worth it. Now, of course, black also has a little bit of influence, so there's going to be potential for more stuff. But that's why I think the other way is a little bit better, because it gets rid of the possibility of like black just having too many points locally, or white just having too many points locally, I guess, too. Like anyone having too many points. And here we definitely want to pincer. The bottom side is absolutely garbage. We do not want the bottom side at all. So even though I don't like pincer, this is where I would pincer. Or where I would kick and just settle quickly. But I also don't want to give my opponent a nice move over here too easily either. So this is where I'd want to pincer. Or actually just Tanuki, I guess, is more so what I'm really saying. But nothing wrong. There's nothing going to be wrong with just answering, of course. Slide. This is way too early. I don't know what Clausius is thinking here. It's definitely way too early. So we can actually check if we can use score estimate. Yeah. White by 0.9. I feel like this next move, it probably won't move it too much, but I think it will move it a little bit down. Yeah, 0.4. So yeah. It's just it's not the right place to play right now. Better to have taken the top side, or to have done something on the left if you wanted to do something on the left. But this is just too early. Too territorial focus. There we go. Put that back. Just saving their group, I guess it's fine. If we're getting this exchange, I think it's probably still slightly better for black, but black does not need to play another move. I told you already that the bottom side is not important. So if I was black, for example, we can press this down at least one time. We can just move on. Just play a big move over here. Or we jump out in some way to build our middle. Jumping out here could be a really great thing to do because we're also slightly connecting here. Because the bottom side, as I said, not really worth any points. There are going to be a couple points, 1 or 2, but not that many. So build, protect. Don't worry about making a base here. If this was like a 5Q game, I wouldn't mind. A 5Q or lower. But if we're getting up to the Dawn ranks, we want to try to win at 1 Dawn. Now, I know the Go Titan is 3Q. It's still good to not worry too much about this. Pincer, I guess, is fine. Normal kick and then pincer is probably the stronger move to play. But even here, playing from this side, for example, it could be good. We're just going to build this area. And we already have responded on this side. And we're just building this very large center here. This could be a good way to play. It's still basically even, about a 1-point game. And this pincer, I feel like this is going to give white even more territory in the corner. Yeah, normally you turn first, and then go down. The reason you do that is so that if white ever cuts on this side and comes out, you have this as a backup to make this one little extra eye here in the future if you really need it. That's sort of the point here. And you can technically do it here as well, but it also prevents, for example, not just that. I forgot to say the next thing. It also prevents any sort of Hane stuff here in as endgame. I guess it's white's move, right? There we go. It also prevents this from being like a Sente endgame thing. So there's like 2 bonuses versus just 1. So if we just block here, now in endgame, white gets this really nice Hane connect. That's why it's good to learn Joseki and to sort of follow Joseki. You're getting very, very small point bonuses throughout the entire thing, which is good to consider. I like this move. But black should not be playing on this side. This is a really bad move now. This is really bad. You do not want to play on this side. You do either just want to play here, or again, we need to go back to building this side here. Now we're at least threatening. If we come down, we're getting a very large area. So if white answers, we can press this down. We're still building a very large center. And I feel like this is okay for black. It's not perfect because black played wrong, but it's still going to be okay for black. We have, when you're building a very large moyo, you get this, you always have the possibility of winning the game because your opponent could make this very large mistake when they go to reduce your moyo, or they don't take their points properly when they go to do something here. In this case, it's going to be a little difficult because white is very strong everywhere, right? White has a solid corners. So it can be a little bit more difficult, but it's still possible. This move is just not important again, though, right? At the very minimum, the top side is the more important side because this is where you can grow. But this side, we're not threatening white. White is perfectly solid and safe. If white wants to, they could do something like this one to deal with the outside a little bit and then come back over here and press this. But as you can see, after white gets this pressing move, the left side isn't really going to be a lot of points. The top side isn't going to be a lot of points. Nothing's going to be a lot of points unless you really fight here now. So this is the last opportunity, as black really needs to fight against this. So let's see what they do. They're just pushing, and the game's over. Yep, game's over now. White wins. That is how strict it is in the game of Go sometimes. Just white by 2.4, but something to think about is also how black was playing. Right, so black is backing off. They're not trying to actually fight back. They're not trying to do anything too complicated. which they should be trying to do when they've built this influence, and white played really close to their strength. I don't know if AI will suggest this move in particular, but just this sort of idea here is that white now has a weak group in the middle of black's influence. If white makes a mistake, they lose the game. So this is the better way to play. I don't know if it'll reflect it over here or not, but this is the better spirit of playing here. But this is just not good enough. Interesting. Okay. Oh, what is he doing this for? Why is he doing this? This doesn't make any sense. I just want to point that out. I don't know what Clausius is learning or trying to teach with this move, but this doesn't really make any sense. First of all, if you're going to answer, you go this way. I understand why he didn't want to do it the other way, right? Because if we do it this way and they block, maybe black can peep in here and connect underneath, right? So I can understand why he decided not to. Sure, I get it. So all right, sure, this one's good enough. If they connect over here, we also have this nice way of pushing through, right? This feels good. So we were able to break through. We also saved our group if we needed to. So if black just backs off, we get a nice end game here. But on the other side, you should just connect first of all. Get rid of all Aji. And then if you were worried about your connection here, you can connect this way. Hello, Lush. How you doing? Or you can connect like this. There's a little bit of Aji, but it should mostly be fine. This is the only thing I'd be worried about. Yeah. So if you're really worried about that, then that's where you just connect instead. And now if he goes through and does this sort of thing, there's the push, cut on this side, we capture. If they connect, we can just give that up. And now we're happy to run towards the center here. We're very, very strong. We can do it other ways too. But here I just wouldn't have done this. I would have just done this one. We want to stay connected to everything. Maybe too focused on the center now. So how are you doing today, Lush? Are you having fun? Ooh, there we go. Yeah, so game gets a little bit closer because of this, but it's not too big of a deal. And that's why he did this one, so he could stay connected as best he could. But it just doesn't feel good. Now he's attaching here to be extra. And then there was a ladder that the guy didn't read. Ooh. Well, now the game's definitely over. Yeah, there's nothing to look at. Nothing more to look at here. Oh, man. Yeah. Well, I'm always tired. I like that name. All right, so we have this loaded up now. Is that... You're good? You're good? Okay. Yeah, I'm doing okay overall. I wanted to play some games on OGS, but people are looking for weird times or not looking for the time setting I wanted to play. So we're just going to go to the pro game. I'll play some games later. It should be okay. Should be okay. This one is a 4-dan professional versus an 8-dan professional. I believe it's a Chinese league. Maybe it was the A League. I don't remember. Dai Qigao and Yuhang. I'm not sure. But let's look at this one. We're going to look at the first 4-ish moves. 5, I think 5 is really what I like. So here's where we're going to find out what type of player they are. Are they a steady, simple player, or do they like the 3-3? Steady, simple would be just enclosed. There's a lot of different enclosures. And then 3-3 means that white's going to be able to approach here, which is going to change the flow of the game. A little bit more potential fighting when white is able to approach. So, yep. Just enclosed. They want to be solid at the beginning. This is the one I like. This is the opening I like. One of the most common moves a long time ago was to do this sort of attachment here. I have not been seeing it as much recently. Oh, nice, nice. You recently started playing Go again for the first time after quite a while. Thought I might watch your stream for a while. Really liked your videos last time I tried improving in Go. I appreciate that. Yeah, yeah. Did you just take a break just because you had other stuff to do, or you just had to stop playing for a little bit? But hopefully this helps. I like to do a morning stream where I just mess around, do some tsumego, trying to build some good habits for myself. Look at pro games again. Not much playing in the morning, or in my morning. I don't know what time you are at. Yeah, I need to also record some more content too. I've just been enjoying the streaming stuff lately. So normally here, we could prevent the extension. We could do an enclosure. This is the modern way to do it. Or we could just extend, or we could attach, or whatever. But I actually really like the approach right now. So playing over here is good, but then we can also move over to the other corner. So that's what they're going to do. I actually like this a lot for black, if I'm honest. Yeah, we usually block this way, and we get to approach the bottom side right away. Yep. Something I did learn from playing this opening quite often is that you do want to get to the move over here really soon. You do want to get over here quickly. Yeah, I think AI was even fine with it doing it now, but I like to do the approach first. Let's see. Yeah, AI is even fine with doing it now. Of course, AI wants 3-3, but any approach. But it's surprising how this area is actually not that bad, not that bad to play, even though you're focused on just one side of the board. And yeah, this one was the move that AI suggested the most, I think. But yeah, it was just kind of an interesting position. I like the approach on the bottom. That's what I like to do. I didn't talk about it. I just clicked. What I really like here is if they back off, since we already saw the next move. If they back off, I'm really happy with this sort of variation. Because this is actually a fairly nice and solid position. And if white never does anything here, this turn ends up turning this into a moyo instead, which feels really good. So we're very happy with this. And then if white does do something here, yes, we can. There are some joseki we can play here. But we can also just treat this as points that we got. We just took the corner, basically, and we can go back to playing a move on this side somewhere. Or taking their 3-3 or something. And that's why I like this opening. It's very, very flexible. We can move from moyo to territorial and back and forth as much as we want until our opponent focuses on one thing. So often, actually, the move I like as white is this one. Busy with your PhD. Oh, that's good. See, I guess that would get in the way of of playing Go. You have to write a bunch of papers, and you have to do a bunch of stuff that I didn't like school too much, but I do know the benefit of it. Evening for you, okay. And hello, Jake Brunnings. So what is your PhD in? I did go to school and do some stuff, but I did not have the patience to do anything like that. That'd be too much for me. I really like studying on my own more than I do studying in a school, or studying with friends or something like that is more fun. So I was always much more efficient in that regard. Anyway, so here, this is what I actually like to play as white. It's kind of feels a little bit weird, but this pincer actually really reduces the bottom side very nicely. You can even play one more move if you want to. You could even go all the way over here to do this sort of thing if you really want to, but I don't like that one as much. Mathematics, nice. Okay. So I like to do something like this one. Nice and simple move. Or we can go back to somewhere over here to start trying to pressure this area. But if we play this one, they're definitely happy to take an extension now. Yeah, so that's why I think this is just like a really nice flexible position. We're really happy with it. So when white plays here, what they're really doing, since they're playing so far away from the corner, they're just focused on the reduction aspect. They're making sure we can't build too much here. I like to just take the corner. But for example, if they do play this one, black could still play from the outside. So white could decide that they didn't like this type of Joseki choice. So with this one, I'm still happy to take the corner. Still very, very happy with that. I don't really want to play M3 anymore. And jumping out would be fine if we wanted to fight. But I think this is a very flexible, very far away position. So I think just taking the corner is okay. We're going to double approach instead. All right. Ooh. So I guess the other question I have for you, Lush, is what rank are you able to get to go so far? What are you working towards? Are you going to start putting a little bit more time into Go, or just casually play? Casual play is good still. Oh, excuse me. I actually don't know too many double approach Joseki when there's already a stone at like K4. One thing I wouldn't mind, I guess, is if I can capture this stone. So normally we build strength on the side that or like we want to attack the F4 or the F3 stone, we would build strength with D6. So attach here, extend. If they keep doing this sort of thing, then we're potentially just capturing this stone or very much putting pressure on it. If we attach to this stone directly, it could end up like yes, we have a pincer here, but they're able to get a big enough base, so it makes it harder. You're 5-7Q and you're playing a lot, but no idea where you're at now. Okay. I find that with Go, of course, like the first few days when you come back, you're gonna feel like you don't know anything. Right? I think when I first came back, because I took a 4-year break, a pretty long break, and then when I first came back to start playing again, I was winning some games, but then I started losing. I started I started losing a huge amount after that. I started off winning like a bunch of games in a row, and then I just went straight down after that. So you have to be a little careful with that, but I guess it depends on your job now too, right? So you got your PhD, so if you have a job that's just as busy, then you won't be able to play as much. But if you have a more relaxed job, you'll probably be fine. You'll be able to put in some effort if you really want to. But yeah, so that's the only thing I'd warn you about. You might win at the beginning and then have a huge lose streak, or you might just lose right away. But you'll get back to where you were pretty quickly. It doesn't ever really go away. You know what I mean? But I think normally D6 is the right attachment. Yeah. And then something you can do here as black is if you hunt in the outside, they extend, you can go straight for the corner, because white doesn't really want to block this way, because this is sort of too good for black. Because we still need to make sure this stone isn't going to be annoying. And then they also have like a Hane and Connect here, which is also hurting us quite a lot. So this is always bad to sort of block this way unless like all of this was white. Even then, I probably still wouldn't block this way. But if all this was white instead, it would be more tempting. You have to block this way instead. They're going to be able to connect underneath. You can maybe connect first. That's one Joseki. They can connect first here. But normally connect here at D3, then we capture the stone. Yep, like that. I don't know this Joseki enough to know how this one really works too. So I'm not exactly sure about this one. Maybe we can look real quick. What's the top move here? Just block first. Yeah, this one's a much more complicated one. Yeah, I've seen it a few times. I just never used it, so I don't know it very well. I'm sure the game will get to you again. It's one of those games that we can't help ourselves with for some reason. All right. So this is it's almost like black blocked the wrong way. Oh, no, white blocked the wrong way. That's what I meant to say. Right? So if white goes in here, we'll do it this way just to simplify. It's almost like white blocked the wrong way because they probably shouldn't be trying to build this side. And they should be more so worried about making the K4 stone useful. But the difference is that because we're actually capturing these two stones, it makes it so that it's okay to have blocked the wrong way in this case. So while this K4 stone is in a little bit of a weird spot now, it's still not going to be a bad stone. And then white got some extra benefit on the left side versus just having a normal flat wall. A colleague of mine is roughly as strong as me. We try to meet up more often again to play each other. Oh, okay. Not really playing online anymore, I think. We should look around and see if there's also a potential club. Like, I don't know where you live, of course, but if there's a potential club, that could be a fun way to get some more stuff. And it'll also give you a little bit more incentive to try to go and get your colleague to go out with you as well. Yeah, just having someone to play Go with, that's already good enough. Online is easier if you're wanting to get better at the game, because you can't always find people in person to play. Like, it's one of the problems I have. If I want to play someone in person, I have to go about three hours away, maybe 1 hour minimum if I just want to play one person in particular, right? I think there's one person in my town that I learned about very recently that is around 1 Dan. But that's about as strong as they are, is about 1 Dan. AGA, I believe, around AGA 1 Dan. So they're not really strong enough to put up too much of a fight, but it could still be fun to play, you know. But they are also a doctor, so they don't have a lot of time. I should have talked about that, but I got distracted. This approach, I'm actually not sure what I like more here. I think it's always fine to approach or take 3/3 in the upper left if you really want to. I think I would rather play this extension move now versus playing the left side right now, because the left side I feel like is going to be easy to manage in some way. KGS, it's been a long time. There we go. The left side is going to be a little bit easier to manage. So if we play this move, for example, and they take this here, we always have something like this one. We'll play the classic moves first. Right, we always have some option like this. And then if they take the outside instead, I guess we can push technically first, but we'll just do this one, make it simpler. Even if they have this sort of formation, there's also this way of just sort of really sort of reducing the left side pretty quickly as well. So I feel like there's a way to manage with the left side. So I'm not too interested in worrying about it right now. And then if they do the other enclosure, I'm happy to shoulder hit over here as well. So I'd be okay with this type of game. But he wants to approach instead. So there's nothing wrong with that. Just a normal simple game move, but that'd be like the difference in style. Like if we look at top moves, it's probably fine to play over here or over here. If we let it load for a second. I think it likes this move more, right? But it's fine to play on either side. This is the one that I prefer to do. Yeah. There's even more moves you can play too. Stop that. There we go. But I think I've mentioned, again, I like to mention it as often as I can. The opening is personal preference. So you should play what you like the most in the opening. As long as you're not playing any obviously wrong moves. Like you're doing something like this one. Not this one. This is Black's move. My bad. Like you're doing something like this one. I thought it was White's move for a second. If you're doing something like this where it's like really obviously slow, then this isn't very good. But if we move up just a little bit more, it's the same idea. You're still enclosing that area, but you're extending from one side as well. So that one's fine, right? So as long as you're not playing like a really obviously too slow or too bad move, you can play whatever you want in the opening. I don't really want a pincer here, but I also want to pincer here. I think pincer is probably good. But I don't really want to because I don't want to just give away the corner that easily. But if we kick and jump, we're not really able to build too much on the top side, and they get to settle very easily on the left. So pincers seems like the normal move here. Oh, they are going to kick though. Okay, interesting. I said I don't really want to, but this does seem easy for Black. Oh, now they're going back. Ooh, okay. Like I already said, the left side doesn't seem too hard to break up if we really wanted to. So now that we have this, they're backing off. But at this point, I would probably rather just play another move here. But I guess if they do this one, I'm a little bit annoyed. So maybe we want to Atari first. And then we can pull back here like this. Just a nice exchange to make it even stronger. The reason why I don't really want them, why I don't really want to just play this directly, because when they do extend here, now this invasion is still possible. Because they need a stone at C8, and this stone at C8 is also getting rid of all the Aji with this group too. So it feels really nice to play. So that's what I always think it's better to simplify as best you can. So just take the base for your group, unless your group's a really flexible group. And I feel like the left side's not super flexible, and I would rather defend it if they're going to kick like this. If they are pincering, then yeah, I'm definitely happy to go, and not that. I'm definitely happy to go into the corner. And then we can still manage with this left side in some way, but we also got a solid corner out of it, so we're happy. We exchanged like there's like 10 points here. There's going to be 10 points taken away from this side. That makes it equal. And now they still have just what they had before, so if I want to, I can just reduce it a little bit. But this is an interesting way to do it. As I said, I really liked taking the right side. So it seemed like they had a similar idea. I don't know if they were going to just take the corner if they did pincer, though. That's the part I don't know for sure. But it looks good. Black is just going to try to handle that as flexibly as possible, but I'm not exactly sure the best way to do it. This is the follow-up move after this pincer here. If Black does just play again, this is the right move to try to build this top side and to threaten the right side. So now if Black goes back to do their extension here, when they jump here, we're also getting threatened again, but now we're also building, right? This is a nice area to play in. So what does black want to do now? We already have that extension. We could jump up here in general to build our own area a little bit and also try to reduce instead of trying to really invade or anything. Invading could end up making us weak in too many places, so I wouldn't want that. I would not advise being weak in too many places. So, yeah, my feeling is I like this jump, or I like going down to the bottom, or I like taking the extension here for our base. I like the jump a little bit more because we played at R9, which is kind of far away from our 3 stones, pretty far away. So a knight's move or attach here, or I think you can technically do a large knight's move. I just don't know this one. But yeah, knight's move, attach something here to build would be okay. And so they're going to go back to their base. Okay. So like this is a good enough exchange. Okay. I think it's basically reverting to what I was showed before, right? So it ends up being the same. I think this is probably a little bit too slow for white to play right now. Maybe not too slow, but yeah, but maybe, yeah, I think maybe a little bit too slow. I had to think about it for a second, but it's probably slightly too slow, but they did play it anyway. It feels really good because it's getting rid of Aji. That's why I really want to Atari here first before coming back. So I feel like that just really strengthens this group quite a lot. Whereas when they extend here, it really highlights the weakness there and fixes all of white's problems. So I like that a little bit more. I don't know what AI would look at here, but let's see if they want that Atari. They don't really want the Atari. I don't know why exactly. But they also want 2 space instead of 3, which is dealing with that extension. So, okay. So the AI's idea was, instead of doing the Atari, because maybe there's some other way to use it, right? Maybe you can go down here, maybe get even more this way, or you could maybe try to escape this direction in the future, depending on what is useful, right? So instead of playing close here and having an invasion left over, we play 2 spaces. Then if they still do the same thing, we still have a little bit of space here, right? We have a little bit of room here to get that extra eye if we need it. But we also don't have the invasion anymore. So actually, I like that. I like that way more. Yeah, I was too focused on trying to play 3 space extension that I didn't think that 2 space here would just be just right. Yeah, same idea as playing next to thickness, right? You don't want to play too close to your opponent's thick area. So playing here, if we just move on, we're playing too close to their thick area now. So they can come in here directly. They can try any other sort of move they want to do as well. But yeah, they're going to be damaging our area quite well. But if we didn't play that close, then we're in a better position. Okay. All right. I like it. 2 space instead, because this is what I was worried about, but that was the correct way to try to handle it. All right. Now, where should black play here? I do want to answer again. I kind of want to play one more move, but we are a much more flexible group now. We don't need to worry as much. We could Tanuki. I do kind of want to come back here. We could try something in the corner, but that is going to weaken us on the outside. I don't really want to do that personally. I don't personally want to do that. So they're jumping up this way to reduce and expand, or playing on the bottom. Those are the 2 areas I want to play still. Just backing off. Yeah, this is not really my style here, though it's accomplishing a similar goal. If we play here, they're going to be able to reduce us very easily, right? But I wanted to focus a little bit more on the top side. So now I have a place I can run to, and I will have a little bit of a place here that I can run to as well. So I'm preparing for the future in the middle. But if we back off here like this, even if they jump here to apply pressure, that we don't really need another move anymore. So it's the same idea. we're getting rid of that potential, but it does like the bottom more. Okay, okay. The bottom is slightly better. It is more points. And like I said, it does like the attachment more and this other move more, but I just don't know this one. This one's another one. But yeah, so this side's fine. This is the simplest move to play. The other ones are also fine, but they're more complicated. And then playing on the bottom and then playing over here is all good. So these three moves were still good, but this is still personal preference and style, basically. But does it actually want that? It does want this one right away. I kept playing over here because it feels like a standard move, but I don't really want to play over there, honestly. Anyway. I should try this type of move in my game from now on, just to see how it works. I know how it works, but see how the game develops is what I really mean. Because I probably leave my positions a little bit too open, right? Because playing from the center, yes, I'm getting some extra strength, but they're able to do something about my points. Even if we play this sort of variation, right? We built this area. Like, let's say we add one more move. We don't need this, but let's say we add this one more move here. They built the area. I built this up to this new line, but they can still just come in here. So it's a little bit awkward. But if we just take our points instead, we don't get that extra strength in the center, which is what I like, but we do get significantly more points in the game. There's unlikely that anything's going to happen, so I should consider that more. No, the other option, I wanted to play here or on the bottom, so I don't know which one I would have played. I think I would have played the jump more, but these are the two areas I wanted a little bit more than the side. So where's white going to play now? The top side is kind of interesting. And then settling on the bottom quickly would be really nice. I actually kind of like this move now, or even just playing over here. But trying to take advantage of this left side would be good in some way. I don't know how. Let's see what they decide to do. Just invade right away? Okay. This is usually for solidifying your points. So if black attaches on top, white can just go straight down. Black does this one, we connect. Like, that's the sort of idea, right? Black can play differently. That's the simple idea. I guess black could try also to Hane here, or to get rid of a Liberty, but they could also Tanuki, I guess, but I wouldn't want a Tanuki here. Maybe just, I don't know, what would black play here? Oh, just extend down right now. Leaving the corner a little bit more open. White is able to connect here. They may do it a different way, but white is able to connect underneath. Go into Hane. Okay, okay. But at the very minimum, white is able to connect underneath like this. Black gets a little bit of influence running towards the center, and so the reason why black wanted to block it B14 is likely because now, not that one, but the one next to it, is going to be way more severe, right? Because even if white defends this way, black is able to sort of, oh, not that, bust into the corner here. And you see that there's not that many points in the corner anymore. So there's a lot more pressure here. So white wants to maybe capture the stone or get more strength on the outside. Oh, black normally should cut. Is this bad right now? I was not expecting the extension here. This feels really good for white. Is it bad? This feels like a good exchange for white. And normally this one, then it would be Atari here and surround this way. And black should just be dead here. We should have enough liberties, right? So there's no reason to try to save them. So I guess what black is doing is that we didn't want to give this Atari to white. Because as you see this Atari here, it technically makes their position a little bit more influential, a little bit more strength in the center. And it also gives black an empty triangle. So if black's giving that up anyway, just extending could be the better way to give it up. And then now if white connects, white gets the empty triangle, and we can go over the top like this, which is really annoying. We probably don't need to answer, but it's still annoying. So we can connect underneath if we need to. Or we can cut still, probably. So I think that's what black is thinking here. I think I personally prefer to just let this happen. Then we just jump out towards the center. But I also don't care about territory as much as I probably should. I probably should think about it a little bit more. But I think territory-wise, I think we're doing okay as black. I think this will be still fine. And you do want at least one more move here now, because if we do go back to this side, we're not really threatening the stone enough. And we will want to save this group now, and we don't want to have to do it this way. So we need at least one more move. Make sure we're not just behind enemy lines. And if white plays here, we play here. And I think the game should still be fine. So I am curious about that. Doesn't want to play at all over here. Wants to just go to the bottom already. Yeah, the AI is way more confident about this sort of thing. Let's let it think for a second. The AI is going to be able to manage this left side group. And they know exactly what's good, bad, right? Whereas we definitely don't. But we definitely do want to try to get back to the bottom as quickly as possible, because that is the next really big place. And we can attack that white stone eventually. So it is useful. I'll let it think for plenty of time. The other idea that it has is just jumping out directly, leaving the Aji there. Interesting. So just jump away. Yeah, we do want the bottom first, so we don't really want to give that up. That was my feeling earlier, was that I kind of wanted the bottom side. Yeah, either attach or do this is what I said. Both those are fine. But it seems like that or the left side is good, so either one's okay. And so extending does seem like the better move. We don't want to cut because it's dead anyway. We don't want to give this Atari, so just extend is better. That does make sense. And yeah, probably this way. But I do feel like I want one more move. I really want one more move now. I definitely do not want to leave the group. So I feel like we're not coming back to the bottom unless we leave some severe weakness, which I don't want to do. I want to jump one more time. Any move here, any move over here is good. They do that. They do this one. Cool. I've noticed they really like large knights for running now. It's way more popular right now, so I keep clicking on those ones. Those ones seem like the right move most of the time. And then now that I've played them, it does seem like that's just a nicer way to run out. As long as you can play the correct one. Like, you're not playing this one. This one, you just can easily get cut. Yes, this makes sense to me. But now white is able to go to the bottom. But if white goes to the bottom, the top is a lot more vulnerable. So this does feel like it's at least giving us a good enough move to come back to. Right? It's at least giving us a good enough move to come back to. So if white does the bottom, we go to the top. If white does the top, we can go to the bottom. Seems like a good Miai situation. So let's see which one white chooses. White chooses the bottom. This is one way to do it. I think if you Hane, they can do a double Hane thing and do something. So extending down is like a normal move, but Hane could also be good. I don't know if they want double Hane or not, but they could do it. Just extending up is okay, probably. Extend up and turn is okay. And just this Hane here is probably okay too. They're going to do it this side. Okay. Yeah, because if black does Atari, for example, and capture, white can Atari through here and capture. Yes, we can connect up underneath, but that's very sad. We don't really want to have to do connect up underneath. So if we don't want to have to deal with that, that's better not to do it. So black could Atari and connect or just connect. If we Atari and connect, there's a cutting point. So just connecting would be normal. Yep. And now white is the one who sort of owes a move, right? So if they extend up or they do something else, they need one more move here. They could decide not to even respond to this and go down to the bottom again. Or they could decide they've gotten this strengthened enough that they can go back to the top side. So still, I think top side or bottom is still where we're playing. So yeah, go down to the bottom now. I don't know how good of an exchange this was, but it's at least a little bit stronger. And now black is able to go to the top side. Let's see if that's what they do. They do. Okay. So black got exactly what they wanted. White was able to take the bottom. Let's see. Let's try to judge the position now. We're trying to sort of guess what the AI is saying is like who has the better position. I do think that black's position is perfectly good. We have some solid territory here, at least 10 points. And we have some potentially very solid territory here. There is some invasion, but it's likely to be territory. So I like when I think it's likely, I just count the second line instead of counting all the way to the third line. So just be from here, which is 15, so 30 points, right? So 40 points in total, with some potential for having just a little bit more, plus 2 points for this group. So I don't mind rounding up to like 45, for example. So white probably has that much for sure. 18, so that's about 20 on the left side. The top left is going to need some moves if they defend it right now. So white would probably have a little bit more point-wise than black, solid point-wise. But black has a little bit more flexibility. This does make me think that black is potentially behind, because I did really want to play on the bottom, but white's the one that got that first. And so if we played a little bit differently, for example, playing the 2 space extension on the left side instead of this 3 space, right? Instead of this one here, we played here. White wouldn't have gotten as many points on this side. And we could have probably gotten to the bottom before white. So I feel like white has at least a small advantage right now. And I'm going to say closer to 70% win rate. So that's 70% chance of winning the game is my guess here. 85, a little higher than I thought. I was being a little conservative, I guess. 85.8% chance that white's winning now. There's only 4 points, only a 4-point difference if you're AI, right? So it's not too big of a deal. But I think it's good to try to assess, and I think this is basically the end of all the opening stuff, and we're going to get into just fighting and protecting and stuff like that now. So it seemed like a good time to assess the position. Black got what they wanted, but white was able to take the bigger areas first. That does seem to be true. I think if we just change one thing, if we just turn this back off, so I don't want too much information revealed. If we just change one thing, like this, and white still plays here, and we still do this one. White can't do that anymore, so they probably just do this one now. And so we can still go into the top side, but you see it's not as powerful to go on the top side, but you can still do it. But also white didn't get as many points on the left side. So I'm interested to see what those move sets are now. 70% instead of 85. Okay. So it's a pretty big difference in the possibility of winning from this position. That's a pretty big difference. And of course, they didn't like my move that I wanted to play, but I wasn't thinking about this one. now that I know this one, now that I'm thinking about this one, I like this one more. But the one I wanted was sort of this one instead. But I see where the mistake is right now. White doesn't really need another move. So white's able to play somewhere else first, or take this side first, or whatever they want to do. So that's one reason why that's not necessarily too good. But we are stronger there. Let's go back to the game. This is something that I think this is a really good lesson right here, actually. This side right here. If we do the normal variation where we're cutting and we're potentially going to do a squeeze in the future, it's actually kind of hard to do this squeeze. We should have read this out a bit more. So all we really ended up doing was giving white a really nice Atari on the outside, which actually helped them more. So instead of giving that Atari, take our opponent's move away from them and extend up. And now the cut is a little bit annoying. So now they should do something about that. And it ends up being the same, but without any bad exchange. So that feels much nicer. Yeah, we don't have this exchange for this exchange here because it's already gone. Right. So that's much better. And then, yeah, this one, I'm not sure how useful that was, but as I said, it is strengthening to some extent. And then, yeah, we get back to here. All right. So now it's a little difficult for white to break out. We also don't want to give white a lot of, well, not white. We don't want to give black a lot of strength. So this is why white takes the corner instead. We saw that a little bit when we scrolled on accident. If we do something like this one, we're giving black strength. And if we're just saying we're alive now, that's okay. Sure, we can jump here now. We gave black strength, but now we also still have Aji in the corner, and the corner is really small. So it's definitely better to have just taken the larger amount of points, because it's going to be difficult for black to, like, maybe they can do this one. Maybe this is like the maximum they would be able to do. And they're not as strong. And you have more points in the corner. So this feels good. So that's the better way to block. So now what I really want as black is to try to connect these two groups, which is also growing this area. I'm not too worried about the bottom side anymore. We could invade or do something, but it's probably too bad of a thing to play right now. Better to try to connect these up if we can. Or if there's Aji here, we can try to do something with the Aji. The peep is potentially Aji. Maybe we can get that for free. But I really want to try to connect. They're going to attach here first. Just an exchange on the bottom. As I said, there's no reason to invade. Because even if we can connect up, there's a lot of Aji here. Oops. It doesn't necessarily seem good. Right, there's too much to worry about. So we don't necessarily want to connect up. And if we're not going to do that, it could be better to just give it away like this. This does make sense. And maybe there's no way to connect up on top. So what I really want is, again, something over here. But, you know, if white does just play one more move, we're sort of reduced anyway. Even if they do something like this one, they get one more move here. Maybe they're making some points or reducing us anyway. So maybe it's difficult to do this. We're not necessarily building too much right now. So ask a question first and then decide on the top side. That makes sense to me. I'm interested if that's the top move, though. It is. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, this is a common move, too. We're threatening to jump into the large knights move here. Whenever you see the large knights move, you can always play a move like this one to try to get some benefit on the outside. So just attach instead. White probably backs off our Hanes. Hane probably makes sense. Oh, peep first. Oh, okay. I would not have thought of that. That's something I would probably do after, right? Like I Hane and then I peep. But I usually don't think of it right now. All right, so peep, and I think we can just connect. Oh, Hane, yeah. We're exchanging now. We're doing an exchange. No, just back off, right? Just back off. Right, maybe we can do this one. If we connect and connect, we get this on the outside. We're good. But now we get to jump here, so I don't really feel that good as black. But this is what AI wants, because it sort of wants this direction instead. We're building up this side. And you know what? I think I agree. This side is more obvious to build. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about that well enough. I think it's good to connect your groups. But for building, this is probably slightly better. If we just do this, for example, you can see that there's still some potential to be built here. So this one, they peep, and we do this move. This move is also fixing this cutting point. And so I feel like an exchange. I feel like white will just take the corner now. Oh, extend first. Okay. Now we can pull back to this corner, though. And this could be a bad exchange. Yeah, we can block now, I think. And now I feel like this is not alive. Maybe there's a special move they can play. I feel like it's just dead now, though. Let's see. Okay, just doing the Hane here. This is a nice Hane. We probably want to connect. We don't really want to do the block. Probably want to connect solidly. If we block, white can cut off one stone. Even if we give up that area, we have more Aji in the corner. So yeah, this makes sense. I'll connect solidly here instead. That makes sense too. The one thing I was worried about is if we do this way and white blocks here now, we kind of wanted this move to kill, and it just looks ugly now. It's still killable this way, but it just looks ugly now. So this way is a little bit better. If white does this, we can still just extend down. It's a much more comfortable shape. So if they push through here, we can block. But the problem is we have more Aji here now too. So I think we still have to do this one if we want to kill. So I don't know. It's annoying. Annoying shape. Push, block. So they just gave it up for sure. For some extra points on the bottom. Black did get the strength here, but now white is the one who's able to go and reduce black right away. Definitely no need to keep playing on the bottom anymore. Now we just go and reduce or attack the left side in some way. I don't know a good way to attack, but like playing this start point here, potentially trying to cut that one stone off, or just jumping towards the center in general is going to be useful. Ooh, peep from the inside first. Okay, so we can technically try to cut through this way. I didn't want to cut through this way though, and it's because I'm going to play a variation here that I know they didn't play. It's because even if we do just give this up, we're also sort of making this a much larger Moyo potential. And I feel like this gives black an opportunity to, if they need to, switch to a different position and give up stones that are not very helpful, right? So it's interesting. So yeah, I don't like that as much, but if white counted and figured it out, then it could be good. So black's trying to fight back here instead of being very passive like I'd like to do. We're doing this peep because if they don't block it in some way, we're able to cut through, maybe get some extra points here. And if white connects, maybe we can just live on the top instead of having to connect our group that way. We can just jump this group instead. So take away their points, live on top, jump this group this direction. So white definitely should not allow that. If they can, I really want to block here. but there is a bit of Aji in the corner, but I think it should be fine. I think you can block. Maybe there's a better move, but I think you can. So just going to connect, though. I think black is pretty happy to just connect underneath. And bump here is the normal move, but they're not going to. Okay. There's jumping now. I don't know if I like that. I want to just live here. But this does give us weakness. So if we're not alive here... Oh, in this case, we can just connect. But if we're not really alive here too easily, then that's annoying. But yeah, I think we're just alive like that. So white would have to separate. We could make the 2i on top, maybe like this one. And white has to try to attack us very severely. And this does look a little bit dangerous, so we play here, then they can come back and play over here. Yeah, so the top side is a little bit in danger. So protecting the center first seems better. Then white can capture, and we can give it up like this in the future. But black finally comes back here. So this is a move that I am not too familiar with. And the reason why I'm not is because of this here. But I guess what is going on is that if this happens, we have this push and cut here. And if they don't allow that, we have this push and capture the corner. So I'm guessing that's why this is okay. Because we don't want to just do this one. Right? There's no threat anywhere. So it does feel like this is probably the reason. So if we let something like this go, there's still Aji here in the corner. So it looks like you can't really interact with it too much unless you want something very, very specific. Because otherwise you're just losing something. So the middle is pretty big. There's a lot of possibility. I know the move I want to play. Actually, I already know the move I want to play. I actually really want to play this knight's move here. Because it's cutting and attacking. But it might be too much. It might just be too much. Because if black just pushes and cuts, we Atari down. We have to connect. And yeah, it just depends on how much damage I can actually do to this. But it looks like it could be difficult. That's the move I want to play. It's definitely the move I want to play. Otherwise, I just want to reduce loosely, like with a move like this one. We're just letting him take that one line of territory extra, and we're fine with it. Because maybe we can take some territory here too. Let's see what they do. Oh, they are going to play it. Okay, nice. That's the one I really wanted. It just looks so nice. It looks so nice. So if black pushes and cuts this way, it looks like we might be able to just block directly. But maybe not. No, I think it's still possible. But it's a little bit difficult. We can also just connect. And you can see there's still this Hane here, which is threatening the top side, and we can just jump. And so as long as we're able to get out towards the center in some way and get some eye shape, even if it's not enough to live locally in the center, we're going to capture the top side. The only thing I was unsure about was stuff like... Oh, excuse me. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. But stuff like this move to maybe threaten two eyes in some way. And then if we had to answer for some reason, then like a move like this way to try to capture. But it looks like it's difficult. Like it doesn't quite work that way. So white is going to be able to manage, which means black should not cut that way. If they are going to cut, it probably has to be this way instead. Because even though we're losing something on the other side, we can threaten more on the top side. But it seems like it's better to not interact with that at all right now until we get some extra strength. So just jumping out towards the center is probably better. Yeah, just jumping towards center. So now the push and cut does matter, but now we can also play another move, like something over here, right? It may not be the best one, maybe just backing off, right? So it depends on the reading, but this looks okay. And so what black is trading here is that we can now expand from the bottom side again to make this large. This is why I like moyos. You always have the possibility to expand your points, no matter what. Unless you really made a mistake, of course. But you always have the possibility to expand your points. So that is why moyos are really nice. Because when you don't have a moyo like white, they don't really have too many spots where they can get more points. Like they have the top side, they can get a little bit more points. But it's not super guaranteed everywhere. Maybe there's something that black can do. And then the bottom side, you can't really expand more. You can just solidify. The left side, you can't really expand more. Again, it's just solidifying. Maybe you can make 1 or 2 extra points in the center here, but there's not that much. So yeah, white can't really expand anymore. But that also means white knows exactly how much they have, how much they need to win, and how much they need to reduce black to. So it actually makes it easier on white too. But any small mistake in the center makes it easier to play. So I kind of want to play on the bottom again. Just reduce it again. Like I'd be happy to do this one like I pointed out earlier. This type of move. Doesn't mean it's actually good, but we're pretty happy to make sure they don't have that many points here. Maybe playing closer to the right side is better for the point version. Because like, what if they do this one? Or they're still getting a lot of points, right? So maybe playing towards this area is a little bit better. So let's see what white wants to do. They didn't play here. They could maybe attach here, and maybe they could push. I don't know, but are they going to take the top? They're going to take the top. Okay, as big as they can. Okay. Yeah, because if we push and cut, this is still in a useful position. We're good. That's what we're looking for here. So black can just respond. There's no reason not to respond except for just taking the bottom side. But the response here is probably big enough because it's shared territory. So if black can capture this stone, it's like 10 points-ish. If white captures this stone, it's like a 15 points-ish. So it's still like a 30-point difference here. So playing him would be fine. And I think that would be, okay to do. So play one more time. Now white probably should defend once more. Maybe the start point. Ooh, Hane first. Okay. Yeah, reduce. Okay. Yeah, maybe it's too much to just keep taking it now. So reduce first makes sense. Yeah, before we couldn't do this, right? Because the wedge here is the problem. We don't want to give up anything, right? So if we get this move instead, then now we can come in a little bit more on this side. And then defend. There we go. And now white could defend on top if they want to make sure to have those points. So this will tell me, without me having to count and be 100% certain about anything, this will tell me how far ahead white actually thinks they are at this point. If they take the points on top, they probably think they're just winning, or they think that's good enough to win. If they don't take the points on top, that means that it might be a little bit more close than it seems. Let's see. Yeah, they're going to reduce again in the center. They're trying to be a bit more aggressive, trying to attack a little bit more. Yeah, this is way more aggressive than what I would ever do. Because we already did this one aggressive move, but they couldn't quite cut through it. It's a reading thing. But now they're doing it again because they can attack this left side. Yeah, because if black pushes and cuts like this, even if they survive, they're not getting any points anymore, right? So is white's not responding to that move? Oh, interesting. Okay. I don't actually understand this one. Yeah, I'm not sure I really understand this one. Maybe it opens up 2 cutting points. So the idea would be if black blocks this way, white can do this one and cut, because this allows us to go through here. So even if white gets squeezed here and black's able to connect, white also was able to build some influence here and get some strength. So now if they extend here, maybe they'd make some points instead. That looks possible. That looks possible. Okay. So black wants to connect solidly. Use Aji. Okay. This is why the higher ranked games or the stronger players are a little bit harder to follow, because it's a lot more reading, a lot more fighting against each other. Because what they're not necessarily like they're not fighting to survive necessarily. What they're fighting for is the better variation. So if this was okay, I don't know for sure, but if this was okay, and we can't actually capture this stone in some way, right? If we can't actually play this way, then we want to change the variation. So what would change it here? Well, if we have this exchange, when we push through here, this is an Atari. Maybe white wants to extend here, so get rid of that Atari, but now we're Ataring on this side. So white would need to connect here, and now maybe we can Hane on this side, and we're breaking through, right? Maybe like we're changing the variation a little bit. So let's see what they actually are doing in the game. Let's see how it ends up. So that means if white cuts, there's some Aji of a squeeze here. So maybe white might jump out or Hane over the top. Yeah, Hane over the top. Get a little bit more points-wise. And then that also changes the variation again. See what black wants to do here. Just this one now. Now we're going to push. And that Atari, I don't think that one matters too much. I think I'm just happy to capture as black. Yeah, I'm very happy to capture now as black. White did get a little bit more. White got a little bit more on the left side. And then they might actually be surrounding the center. And I think this captures Sente, because otherwise white would be able to capture again. So I think white can capture. Black has to capture back. And now white can actually go back to take this point on the top. Yep. So white still got the top points. Black is a little thicker in the center. But in order to get the extra thickness in the center, white got extra points. So I think that actually ended up being good for white. And since white's happy to just take the points on top, we don't have to worry. Like there's no like white was happy to give up this area. So I think white's probably just ahead is what I mean. Because now it's going to be very, very difficult to reduce anything here if black wants to build it, because black is very thick now. So white was able to break through here, gain the top side, gain an extra couple points here. So I think this is probably just a good exchange now for white. White's probably just very happy in the game. White's probably just ahead now. Let's look. I'm guessing it's probably 90% now. 61%. Ooh, okay. So white is not as happy as they thought they were. So I was going by the vibe of the players. Like white was pretty happy to get this exchange. That's what it feels like to me. But the thickness is too much. White should not have done this. It's good to know. So white is probably a little too confident here. So there was definitely a mistake there. It did feel weird. So my guess is that this was just a bad idea from the beginning. Oh, long time. This was just a bad idea from the beginning. And it was better to just reduce from a distance or to just take the top side. One of those two was just a better idea. I'm not going to look at that right now. I'm just going to look forward, and then we'll go back and check, because I like to do a once over with the AI later. So they take that, and then what does black play? This is the last thing I want to sort of check in the game. Like, what does black play from here? And then we can see how the graph looks, and we can look through the game from earlier on till now. See what the actual mistakes are. Like what I really want to do, which I don't think is good enough, what I really want to do is something on this side here like this, or attaching here. But I feel like white's able to break in that way. So it might be too much of a focus for the center here. Probably better to maybe even just capture stones or play in-game stuff. Like, that's probably the better idea right now. Just start in-game or try to surround more of the center. There might be an exchange that they do first, but like this attachment, for example, it could be like a good exchange, right? I don't know. But so there might be some sort of exchange like that, but I think we'd need to count in order to know for sure. But if we just get this area, this was only 30 points before. We've added another 15, so that's 45. And then we have at least another, like at least another 15-ish that you were going to get here. It's like a 60-ish. So the only thing that's really changed with white is the top side. Like 30 more points. So they were at 45-ish. So they were at like 80 points. If the count's basically the same. So I do think they're still ahead from solid territory. So maybe we can't just play simple end game. Maybe we do need one more move, but it feels a little bit passive to play one more move there. But who knows? Let's see. That one? Okay. Yeah, I think something I do too much. So this is why checking out these pro games is good, regardless if that's a good move or not. I think I do stuff like this too much. Or yeah, I want them to answer me, and I'd be happy if they answered me, right? I'm very happy about this. Now I get all this stuff. What if they don't answer? What if they just reduce me instead? Right, so it's better to play the move like this one, to just sort of try to take it, which seems a little bit better in that regard. And we're playing this one because like this is probably Sente. So it's just a large knight's move from this area, right? Okay. Let's see how white starts the end game, because I do want to see the big end game here. Push here first. We'll back off. Now they can peep. Ooh, that feels nice. There is a threat of a cut here. Still some end game over here. Yeah, that one's an annoying one. It's not necessarily alive, but this is very annoying. And we have a potential co-shape here. So yeah, there's a lot of Aji. Let it connect is okay. No, they're doing the co. Okay. I guess it's free co, and they can reduce from the center. But the co makes me think that maybe they weren't happy with what they got. Yeah, just basic in-game now. And white is getting some points in the center here. This is the only thing I wasn't sure of, how many points white could get here. This would be the game decider, I thought. But now that peep here. Yeah, white has all the really nice in-game moves. White got the bottom left. White got this one. White got this peep over here. This is the only thing that white ended up losing, but black could have captured a stone there potentially. So they end up getting at least something out of it. So that ends up being good. So yeah, white ends up with some really nice in-game first. So I guess they had the better position going into end game. Better position as in what you're able to play. Okay. Let's go back to the beginning. We can turn everything back on here. Score graph. Ooh, there is that zigzag right there. Let's see how black messed that up then. Because it looks like they had a chance to come back, which is that area that we were looking at. Let's see real quick. So in this ko, they could have played better, but they blocked instead. And even before this, they played a big mistake here, right here. Oh, they could have just cut. Yeah, I knew they could cut here. but I figured this was usually like a perfectly fine way to play anyway. And there was another. It was still fine to do that. Okay. All right. So they did need to solidify the center a little bit more before moving on. That's good to know. Now we go back to the beginning. Let's see how it developed this way. What was good, what was bad. These are all sort of blue moves. Oh, yeah, let's look at their analysis here. Performance report. See, the stronger players are much higher up. Like yesterday, it was like 70s for everybody, but the stronger players are much higher up. And the person losing is the only one who made a 6-point mistake. But like I was saying yesterday, it seems very common for them to not really make too many 3 to 6 point mistake area. Very few of these types of moves. Unless there's some random thing that the AI can read that they can't, right? Very few of these types of moves. Mostly the mistakes are 1.5 to 0.5 up here. And more 0.5 area, the 2 green area. Just good to see. All right, let's go. Yeah, all normal. It wants to just take the corner, but approaching is perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that. It does really just want the base first, which is what I wanted. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, cool, cool. So hello, Frozen Soul. No one can see the chat, so I might as well read it out loud. I think that right around COVID, someone mathed the old pros like Shusaku, Dosaku, etc., and they had an average point loss per mistake at around 1.9. When the current top pros were around 1.1. Is that all games, or just like a random selection of games or something like that, or is it just as many games as possible? Like how'd they do that? Do you know? Like the mean point loss here, or average? Yeah, mean average. Yeah, as many as possible if I remember. Okay, so they did as much as they could. Okay, cool. That's interesting to see. So that could be a way of really showing that how much stronger we've gotten. If older pros were 1.9 average point loss and newer pros are 1.1, right? Top pros. So they're still competitive with each other. Like older pros could probably still win as some games, but they'll probably lose more often than not. All right, so let's see. Yeah, it still just wants something on the left side for both people. That's what I wanted too. But nothing really wrong with the moves they played. But this one, yes, it's a small mistake, but it really changed the direction of the game. And so that's why I do really prefer the AI move here this time. It's the don't play too close to thickness idea, like I said earlier. So yeah, that did change the course of the game. If we just do one move difference, the entire game is very, very different here. So I'm just checking where the blue moves are so I can see them as I go by. All normal, but it definitely just wants to play the bottom side and leave this as a flexible group just to survive. I would have a hard time with that. I would want to probably just continue play it, simplify it, you know? Yeah, because it looks like just a couple very, very, very small mistakes, like point nothing mistakes, and then white gets just a little bit ahead. That's funny. Just ahead enough to be annoying. And here, the regular knight's move is slightly better, but not too big of a difference. Oh, attach there. That's a cool one. I like that one. That makes sense too. Just reduce the area, get some extra strength in the center. But we're just sort of going through this quickly, not worrying too much. It does want the Atari first. Oh, and Tanuki. Okay. Atari, then Tanuki. Okay. And, oh yeah, I forgot that this was a move that you can use to protect the corner. Just blocking is also fine, but I forgot that you could do that. I've seen this one before, but I've not played it myself. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that one. So where's the next big mistake that black sort of made here? On the other side is a little bit better. and extend down instead of block, but not too big of a deal. Connect instead of one connects better than the other. But yeah, it looks okay. So it seemed like it really was just very, very small mistakes adding up to giving white a really nice position. Like this one's a mistake. It is better, like I was saying, to just connect up your groups here. You can use this Aji first, but you can connect up your groups here because you're still building, potentially in the center. This one is asking for too much, potentially. And then you didn't even get to save the group, and you still played somewhere else afterwards. So it feels like you didn't accomplish too much. You know what I mean? Oh, that's a cool move. I like that one. This Hane, or there's this diagonal here. We're connecting a little bit, right? Because now we have this tiger's mouth here. We're at least a little bit more connected. And then we're also threading the Hane over here. That's a cool one. Pushing cut is the blue move. There we go. Let's change that. That's better. So back to that diagonal, because it's that little squeeze on top to try to live. But even just backing off even more, which is funny. Back off even more. This is okay. Oh, peep first is interesting. I wouldn't have thought this was a big mistake. Oh, because we just want to use this right away. And then just block from here. Because, yeah, you're still giving it up, so taking profit in the corner is potentially bigger than just playing on the outside. Okay, that's something to think about. I'd have a hard time thinking about that in the game, though. Just because it feels right to... We just finish this off, right? We just make this okay. But in the game, this ends up really bad, right? Because it ends up like this. Where we'd much rather have this for sure, right? We would much rather have this. Where we still don't get those points there, but we don't have anything taken away from the side. That seems way better, right? That's a cool one. That one wasn't a mistake. So where's the mistake that white made here? This is what I'm interested in next, is where's the mistake white made? Black pushes, which was a mistake, then they attach here. That was one of the mistakes. Push. Block. Atari there was a mistake. Okay, I thought that was bad. It looked really bad. And it does seem like black's pretty happy to just capture. And they capture back. And then pushing here is the other mistake. Okay, so I was right that this didn't seem... This all seemed a little bit wrong. And it does get the game much closer. So what they should have been doing was actually focusing on this center a little bit more. Because white can also build some random points here too. So if we're reducing and maybe even making a random 5 to 10 extra points out of nowhere, that's a really helpful. That's really helpful. That's really nice. And I did keep saying that white probably wanted to reduce this a little bit more. Now I wouldn't be sure about something like this. This is too much for me, too much to try. But at least reducing from the center makes sense here. But then after this point, the end game white just played a much better end game here. They don't need to do this one. They can just play normal moves, but they use the code to try to get something. What was the move? That one to this one? Okay. I had to think about that for a second. I was wondering where I was. And then black made this as the biggest mistake, which was blocking here. When they really should just capture. This is really big. This is really big, yeah. It's probably worth a similar amount to this, right? It's really big. That's why white connects there. Seems like the corner is slightly bigger, I guess, but that is why white connects there, because it's about the same amount. It's worth about the same amount. But white ends up getting all the big end game, and they just get back up ahead where they were before. Because of end game in this case. That's interesting. An interesting little end game thing. because white made that mistake, what black should have done is just continued on here with their threat. Where'd that? Oh, there you go. Continued on with their threat. Like, this wasn't the best move, but yeah, continue with their threat to make the game a little bit closer. There's a possibility of winning at this point. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. That is the only big mistake that black made in this game, I believe. Yeah, just this one. So let's look at end game here. They're both still in the 80s. So that's good. So it was a big mistake, but it was like basically the only big one, so it doesn't hurt it as much. Mid game, yeah, they were very consistent throughout the whole game. That's cool. I think it's probably a little bit too late for me to play a game now, but we might as well look to see, because it'd be interesting to see if there's just more people on at this point. Because if there are, maybe I can start at 10 o'clock instead of 9:30 or 9 o'clock, whichever one I feel like. Because there's a little bit more people online, then that could be a better time if I wanted to play a game in the morning. So let's look real quick. Because I want to play earlier, but now I'm going to go take a break. Oh yeah, we should look if Clausius is still playing. Yeah, still no one looking for their game, my time setting. And no games over here either. So, too much on OGS. It was Congress 25. Is he still playing? Oh, he only did he just do one game today? Oh, he did two games. One Go Titan, one Go Weichi. And they both lost. I don't think I liked the way he played the first one. Is he looking for a game now? I don't see him anywhere, right? Oh, well. I didn't like the way he played this one. It ended up being fine. But he was very, very territorial, and his opponent also played not as balanced as he should have as well. But yeah, like this move here, I understand why he did it, but there's no reason to do this right now. Better to go somewhere else, I think. And then black didn't need to play as well. So yeah, this just ended up being a bad game. If we look at the AI graph here, ooh, black did end up getting ahead at some point. All right, so what mistake did white make here? Oh, white's just dead. Ooh. Yeah, white's a little bit in trouble. And this Atari didn't help. Why is he Atariing here anyway? Maybe it was a time Suji. Because the Atari just doesn't make sense. I'm not sure I understand it at all. So black's ahead here now. But black needed some good reading to really stay ahead here, it looks like. Oh, no, not really. So what did black do? Let's go to the end here. What did black do? It's always fun to look at what happened in a game. It's like, what happened here? I thought you were doing okay. This cut. So can I understand the cut? Does it make sense at least? It is just probably short time. They're probably in 30 seconds now or less, whatever the Biyomi is, right? So does this make sense? I guess they're just cut off. They're dead. I don't, ooh, okay. Just give it up. Yeah, just give this up. It's fine. You cut this off. You're good to go. But in a fast game, that'd be hard to say. So maybe, yeah, maybe just hard to read there if the time was low. We'll say that. They both played very weird moves, but we'll say that. Now let's look at the other one. This is one they played before this, Go Weichi. I might have played them before. I don't know. I might have played them before. This game looks like a potentially one-sided type of thing. Let's see. Yeah, a little one-sided. Let's turn this back off. I'm gonna be annoying for this one. Just quickly go through them. We'll stop for fun. He's playing like really, really weird moves, I think. First of all, you don't really do this attachment here. This is a little bit of weird timing to do this attachment. Yeah, this is really weird. Huh. I guess that's fine. I would be fine with also just pushing and then approaching. But yeah, that's a little bit weird. They could have done a little bit differently in that bottom left. I think there was a different variation that could have been played, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. Yeah, then black is too focused on some smaller details here. White ends up with a very decent center potential. And it already sort of feels like my feeling about the game, not the actual analysis, but my feeling about the game is that white probably just wins already. That doesn't mean they do, though, because black could try to do something right now. This is a good enough timing to do it. Like, if they wanted to, they could try to attack this area. Even just try to reduce this one. Oh, hey. This is not a test. Sounds like something a test would say. I have no idea what you mean. I have no idea what you mean. There we go. But yeah. So black does try, but then they play some potentially bad ideas. Yeah, they're not strong enough here. That's why I wanted to sort of do fourth line. Fourth line's harder to surround, but it's easier for white to connect. But if white connects like this, I think you're pretty happy. You know, you're not upset with this. You can even just jump out again if you want to. Yeah, you're not upset with this at all. So yeah, I don't know about this. Yeah, and then white captures here. The game is just over now. Yeah, game is just over. Oh well. The other game was more interesting. This one a little bit too one-sided. But they're both 3Qs. I think there's still stuff going there. Surprisingly even record. 5 wins, 5 losses at Gogo Weichi, me, or who? I don't remember who you're... Oh, Congress? I'll click on them both. Classy? Okay. Okay, yeah. It's about 50-50. Oh, yeah. I feel like he should probably be able to do a little bit better. We lost on timeout with this one, though. Last 10 games, yeah. Well, timeout on 2 of them. One was against the forward on, too, so that one makes more sense. Huh, interesting. Yeah, I was gonna look at the 2-don one. I think I clicked on that one too. Yeah, timeout. What happened here? How did timeout happen here? Was this a blitz game? This must have been blitz, right? Yeah. 10-second. Yeah. Okay. I was like, there's no way he timed out in a normal game, right? There we go. So that one sucks. He timed out, but let's see who's ahead. Black's still winning because of the they had a 2-stone handicap, so that's okay. Here's the 4-don. Yeah, they just didn't have a chance. Yeah, 2-don could be anything. Yeah, on OGS here. Yeah, I think if you look at my account, I think I've only lost to the 2-don. Yeah, I lost to 1 2-don. I beat the other guy, but I also should have lost that one. I was messing around way too much, and I should have probably lost that one. But he didn't. He backed off too much after that. So But this Dudon was way too hard. There was no chance for me here. I did okay. I did okay. I stayed good for most of the game, but as someone warned me ahead of time, this person was a bot before I even played them. So it did seem like that potentially as well, because a little bit too hard of a game. But yeah, I need to play some more too. But I don't really want to play the Q players. I want to try to play the Dawn players now. And the one Dawn here, I was only ahead by a little bit. Yeah, the KGS is better for that reason too. Yeah, that's why I have the KGS open as well. This one's a test. this one is a test. The other one's not a test. This one is a test. So they remove the bots actively with prejudice. Yeah, if you message, like, you report them on OGS, I know they will be removed. I think, like, I made an account the first game I played on OGS. It was a bot. They were an AI, right? And they were a normal account. So I said, hey, what the heck? And they did remove that person. But then apparently you can just make an account too easily. So they just remake the account and start playing again. So it's a little annoying. I lost to Hru. I could have won on this one and the previous one, but I'm bad at this game. I've actually lost more on KGS than I did on OGS, which is funny. Made around the same time, and I've lost more on KGS. Yeah, we like to see the effort. It is nice, yeah. I guess Loliot, they're not playing more games yet. 5 done. They've only played a couple games. They've only played me, and then a couple games after that. They need to play more. What the heck, guy? Come on. Get going. Yeah. They were 4 done 2 seconds ago. They just moved to 5 done. If they wait a little bit longer, they might make it to 9 done. Yeah, anyway, KGS seems a little bit better for some games too. Like when you're getting a game, seems a little bit easier. But about the same rank on both servers right now. But yeah. Z-Chen is online right now. Yeah, he was playing games. I don't know if you want to play him, but that'd be a good time right now, I think. He was looking for games too, just posting them on. He was just putting them up for people to play. Played a few games today. He's playing a game right now too. Yeah. He just beat Ben. Oh, Ben. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Nice. Oh, by time? Actual win or by time? Let's see. Who's winning here? Score estimate. It'll obviously tell me the answer. I love score estimate. Is it actually the answer? Maybe. Looks like Z-Chen might actually be winning. Yeah. Looks like he actually is winning. Nice. No, Ben Zero is a really strong player. Yeah, it's big. It's a big dead. Yeah, it's pretty big. A little bit too much dead there. I'm not going to look through this one. This one's going to be way too complicated for me to look through. It's going to be way too much. So I'm not going to look through this one. But, yeah, I think he might even get another game out there. He's been playing all morning. I don't know if he's just doing it for fun or whatever, but he's been playing all morning, I think, yeah. Well, it's just 2 games, I guess. I thought he played well, maybe he just put it up and he didn't get a game. I don't know. But, yeah, he's been playing a lot. Man, I don't think he's streaming or anything right now. So it's whatever. Anyway, that is probably it for me though. I'm gonna go eat my breakfast and do something else for a little bit. Then I'll probably play some games later. just for fun on my own. Maybe I'll record. Who knows? We'll find out what happens. Because my students moved to a different day, so I have more time today. Yep. Have a good day, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at the latest. I like streaming in the morning so far. It's been a lot of fun. Seems like Tuesdays. Today's Tuesday, right? Seems like Tuesdays are a bit more people coming around on Tuesdays. Kind of interesting. And yes, see you later, Jake.